Hello seekers who chose door number 2, the gardenia door. If by any chance you bumped into this video before watching the introduction, the link to the intro is in the description box down below. Okay, there you can choose from 2 other doors if you do not resonate or not pulled to this door. So to unfold the journey, the next journey that awaits for you, or the story that awaits on the other side of this door, we are going to be looking at 3 things. First, an intuitive message, second, at the cards, and third, at the charms. I will be providing timestamps down below for each segment if you want to skip ahead. Okay, so we are first beginning with the intuitive message. But first, let's look at the door and why you were pulled to this door possibly. So first of all, this door is the color green, and the color green I related to the heart chakra and also to Mother Earth, nature. It's a very compassionate, healthy, and nurturing color or energy for me. So maybe you're a person who has what they say a green thumb. You are pulled to Mother Earth, you connect with Mother Earth in that kind of energy, or you are a very heart-centered individual, or you're being asked to maybe be more heart-centered or open your heart space even further to work on this, on your heart chakra, on the energy of your heart space. And I did put this little flower here, which for me kind of, I don't know, right now it's just, I'm thinking of like the third eye with this flower. It's just the opening, the unfoldment of like the third eye, or yeah, it's just like the unfurling of something. Yes, so that's all I have. Now let's open this door to see the intuitive message. So as I connected with this energy, I saw some visualizations in my mind's eye, and I tried my best to paint them or sketch them out for you. So the first thing I saw, the first thing that came to mind was this woman, a dark-skinned woman with beautiful black curly hair or dark-colored hair. Now, when I was thinking of this woman, it just represented again divine feminine power. And I don't know, it could be, it really didn't resonate anything with me, but I don't know if any of you who are watching this, you may feel that one of your guides may look like this, have curly hair, or you yourself have extremely beautiful dark curly hair and are dark skinned, and this just may be validation for you, because this person did feel not of this timeline per se. It felt more of a different timeline, let's say more of past times than now. And it also gave me like the first door, like very witchy vibes when I was seeing this woman, like a woman that practiced white magic or witchcraft, or like we mentioned previously, some type of magic related to earth, so herbs and just the elements and such. Yeah, so this might be maybe an ancestor or spirit guide that one of you might communicate with. And this is just validation. The second image that I saw was this gilded mirror, and it did have this decoration of a bird at the top. And when looking at the mirror, it was just what would be the night sky or the cosmos, the stars. There's just so many stars in the infinite, right? So it also reminded me, again, like door number 1, a portal. Like you could actually not just look into the mirror, but you could actually step into that world, into another dimension. And so it's just, I feel it's looking into endless possibilities, or discovering that inner goddess within yourself and how limitless and infinite you are. It is my belief that we are all walking universes. We are all universes of our own, and that's why we create and have the power to create our reality. So maybe this is just rediscovering your own your own inner magic, your own inner strength, your potential, and this idea of infiniteness, which is also reminding me of the bird here, which is, I think of an eagle, the color that I chose for this one. And eagle just is this idea of freedom and independence and of soaring high. And a fearless and courageous energy, but mostly this energy of being completely independent and not tied to anything, living in your own power. Yes. And then I also saw these, like, when you look at, when the light reflects just right and you look at the air and you see all these dust molecules or dust particles, falling. That's what I saw. A lot of like dust particles falling, and the only thing that came to mind was like the dust is like finally settling. So if you were coming from a space that felt chaotic, or you felt unsettled yourself in an unsettling energy, you didn't know the answer, or things just seem very chaotic for you, it's like telling you everything is settling down now. You are going to see the storm is going to finally pass, and everything is going to come to a calm, and you will be finally able to see maybe the truth of the situation or further possibilities. Yeah, it's just going to be more of like mentioning here, the third eye is a new perspective. It's like opening this door, finding a new route, a new perspective, a new solution. Yes. So that is the intuitive message that came through with this one. Now let's get into the cards. Okay, let me see if I can pop this story here. So I pulled both some oracle cards and some tarot cards for you guys, and let us begin first. I feel like beginning with the tarot cards. So the first card is the moon on water. Okay, so that is exactly the energy I was feeling with the dust particles. Like maybe there was something that you weren't exactly seeing clearly, because there was a lot of this chaotic energy, right? The dust particles, it does get dusty, so we don't see right through, right? It's unclear. And the moon speaks of illusions or hidden truths. And now with the idea that the dust is finally settling, right, we are able to see what we did not see before. So the illusions start to fall, or we can finally see them as they are, because if we pay closer attention, right here, what we would think is the reflection of the moon is not actually a reflection, but it's an egg, right, hidden under the water. So if we pay closer attention, we would see that we actually have eggs. For me, I'm reminded of prizes, because I'm reminded of Easter, and inside those Easter eggs are prizes, and it's also like chicks and new life come, our baby birds, hatch from these eggs. It's a new opportunity. So maybe you weren't seeing this new opportunity, or you weren't seeing a possible solution or a possible outcome or a new way of doing things, because there was just so much chaos, or your mind was unclear, there was a lot of confusion, or things just weren't appearing in their truest form. And now that is being lifted. Now the moon and its light is truly shining, and you are becoming more aware of the situation, and you're seeing the truth of it. And it seems that you have been quite persistent, because we have here a bull, which reminds me of Taurus energy, and that energy is a very perseverant and also very strong-minded energy. When that energy is determined in something or is convinced of something, they don't stop until they reach the goal or they find what it is that they're looking for. They just go straight on through. And I feel that is the energy that you are coming into or have been in, and that energy is what helped you kind of settle everything or see the truth behind the situation. The moon also represents emotional energy, represents manifestations and dreams and the subconscious to me. So it possibly is that you have been looking within the self, which may relate to that mirror that I was seeing, looking more deep within, self-meditating, and that is how you found your own clarity, or you find your own clarity. Maybe you felt stuck within yourself, and now you see that there are so many possibilities or ways of doing what it is that you want, or coming out of the space that you wish to come out of, and you're in infinite potential, and you're finally realizing that. Right? And you're realizing that the true prize is within you, and that you just need to allow yourself to open up in order to hatch and live the new life that you want to live for yourself. And also see how the egg is underneath the water. So it's like diving deep into those waters. It's finally sitting down with your emotions. Maybe the emotions are what brought you in clarity, or confusion. Maybe you weren't so sure what you felt towards a person or a situation, and it was because maybe you hadn't taken the time to actually sit down and contemplate or allow these emotions for you to fully digest these emotions, right? So sometimes we feel things and we don't really take the time to, analyze them or just feel into them to truly understand why we're feeling this, either sadness or what we think is anger or fear, right? And then once we do, then we are better able to comprehend ourselves, our response, and see the situation in a new light. And then that's when we start seeing things, and whether we want to remain in the situation we're in or with the people that we're in, or we'd rather do things differently. And I feel that this is what's coming for you. Like this, maybe you had now time, let's say, and the space to finally be with yourself, sit down with yourself, and look at the situation from a new perspective. Because this is what it is. It's looking at things from a new perspective without lies or deceit or illusions. Finally seeing the truth as it is, and then you deciding what you want to do with this truth. Okay? Because 8 for me is a meditative number. It's a spiritual number, meditative number. And 1 is new beginnings. So that it's exactly that. It's like you have been contemplating, and now you're allowing yourself through this contemplation to understand the situation better, or a person better, or yourself better. And now this new beginning and opportunity to make a decision, to take a new route, or just to start something is presenting itself to you. Okay, let's see the next tarot card. Tarot. Okay, sorry. It's the 10 of Vessels. It's the happiness card. It is the abundance card. So water here is represented again. And water again represents for me emotions. It also is connected to spirit and this infinite flow of things. Now 8 reminds me of the infinity symbol. So it's just the infinite flow of allowing things to just be. And with the waterfall, it just reminds me of allowing your emotions to flow, to just be, and to not let them get stuck. Because when we sometimes refuse to feel into our emotions or acknowledge them, when we push them down or suppress them, that's when I feel that this waterfall, let's say, would get stuck. Like all those emotions would cause debris appear, and then the water won't be able to flow. And that's when we feel heavy, when we feel frustrated, when all that anger accumulates within us, and we just don't understand why we're feeling this way. When, let's say, the situation that spurred that first emotion, anger per se, was like months ago or some weeks ago, but you still feel this anger, and you're like, why, if everything has been going okay so far in my life? It's because you haven't allowed this emotion to flow out, to just be, because you probably suppressed it in the moment. You didn't express it. You didn't allow that emotion to express itself. And when I mean express itself, I don't mean be violent or aggressive. It's just acknowledge it. It's I feel angry. Why do I feel angry? I feel angry because of this and this, okay? And just acknowledge it. And in that acknowledging and just feeling into it, you don't have to take action over it. It's just emotions are to feel and to understand ourselves better. And so just by feeling it, it's allowing this waterfall to flow. And it's allowing yourself to be, because it's acknowledging yourself in your own being. And so that's what I feel is the situation here. And it's that, I guess, that dust finally settling. It's like you finally allowing all of that you've probably been suppressing to flow. And it's just like this, And so now your waters are more clear. And when your waters are more clear, when you don't have murkiness in it or anything of the sort, then you can see what is hidden underneath. Then you can start seeing things in a new light. Then you can start seeing, let's say, this egg that's right there hidden for you, this prize. You can start finally understanding more of yourself and what it is that you want for yourself, or what you actually feel. Sometimes also when we don't express our emotions, or like try to understand our emotions, we think we feel a certain way, but then we realize that that's not it, that it's something else. And then that's when we allow ourselves to be completely free, when we finally see our truth. Because we can also lie to ourselves, Sometimes it's easier to create lies for ourselves, and those lies can keep us stuck. And so just freeing yourself from those lies, seeing your truth, connecting with yourself primarily to understand what you are feeling, then allows you this freedom and this honesty and this vulnerability with yourself. And it's this complete abundance of being so full and free with yourself that you can fill other cups and not worry that you will go dry, because it's just that deep connection. The waterfall is deeply connected to its source, with this which is Mother Nature, which is that connection I was feeling again with Mother Nature. So maybe you are being asked to connect with Mother Nature, or you will be connecting more to Mother Nature, and that's where you are going to feel more of your essence and that flow of energy with Source, with the divine, and with yourself, and feel this sense of abundance, and know that you are abundant within yourself, right? And that you, when you are this abundant within yourself emotionally, then there's no fear of allowing yourself to open up and be vulnerable to others and share your emotions or share who you are with others, because it won't be taken away from you. It's just you exuding your energy naturally, just like the waterfall. It naturally falls and it just gives, and it's ever abundant. But happiness can also be, this card can also represent complete happiness, joy, and abundance, be it emotionally. I see it here more emotionally than anything else, but it can also be financially, it can also be in terms of health. And I do sense like new opportunities, a lot of new opportunities coming in, or people coming in. I know here the cups are actually receiving from the waterfall, but it could be new offers coming towards you, or new connections wanting to come towards you. The next card I have here is the Generosity card. It's exactly what we were talking about here. It's like when you're so connected with Source, with everything, you start understanding that what it is that you are, what it is that you send out there, you receive back. So it's again this imagery of the cups here, right? So it's like people will come in, situations come in, and those will be mirrors of what you are feeling inside and what you're sending out to, which again, we did have an image of a mirror here. And with the water reflecting here, it's this symbolism of a mirror, of reflections. So it has to do with reflections, and possibly you are understanding this, that what you feel within you, what you send, the energy you send out is what you attract, is what you pull in, because we are all energy, we're vibrations. So what we send out, the signal that we send out, whatever is matching that frequency is going to hear that signal and is going to respond to you. And that's where you are going to be pulled in. So at this moment of your life, you are beginning to discover what it is, how I feel it's just a time and a space where you're just coming to understand more of yourself and what you hold within, and releasing all that you no longer want for yourself because it maybe has not been working out for you, right? And it's having that clarity again of emotional awareness and emotional maturity, and it's coming in peace with yourself and realizing, I want I want this abundance, I want this complete flow, I want to be connected with source, and realizing that we are always connected. We're connected with everybody that we meet and come in contact with, and so you become more aware of what you're sending out, because maybe the relationships that you do pull in, or the people or situations that you make contact with or connect with, you start realizing that they resonate with you in some deep level or in some way, and it just brings more awareness to self, right? So it just feels like more self-awareness, and also this sense that if you do feel abundant within yourself, or when you feel abundant within yourself, you will receive this abundance. Because we see the color here, yellow, but it just reminds me of gold, and it's just that sense of like having your cups always full, because you're full within yourself. So it's this again idea of when you're connected with source, you're never without. You will never be without. You will never be depleted. Because as long as you are full, then that's the energy you give out, and that's the energy you're going to receive. And it's this constant flow, of energetical exchange. Okay, the next card is the decision card. Okay, so before here, when we began with the moon on water, we were speaking of finding clarity, of illusions or deceptions being lifted, to finally see the truth of the reality of a situation, or new opportunities or routes to take that you hadn't seen before, right? So it's like the chaos is finally settling, or you're finally settling within yourself, and you're realizing, okay, what can I do about this situation? It's like, I can do something. There's always a way. So it's now you figuring that out. And I see that with the Two of Bows, the decision card. Now you see here that this man is holding these two rods. Now these two rods will soon be transformed into bows. Bows we use to shoot arrows, which arrows for me represent intentions. And they're used to reach a target, to reach a goal. But first, we do need these bows. And we see here that this person's at the top of the hill, right? Trying to make a decision of which bow to take with him. But we see them set on fire. Now fire for me represents passionate energy. It's vitality. It's creativity. It's just fueling energy. It's action energy. And with them being set on fire, and him also being set on fire, you can also again see this idea of a give and receiving energy. So he is giving power to these rods because they are potential to become bows. And these rods are giving this fire and back to this man because they inspire creativity in him. Now all he has to decide is which one to take with him. But maybe at this point of your life, you're seeing a lot of possibilities or routes for yourself. You're seeing a lot of doors, let's say, are being presented to you, or being open to you, a lot of offers, and you're at this state that all of them sound promising, all of them bring you some sense of joy or some sense of passion or inspire something in you, and you're just at this point of deciding which way to go, right? Because you want to know which route each one takes you, but we can see that this man is like way up in the mountains. He's so close to the stars, but he cannot see below. He cannot see like the outcome or the future of anything. He's just right now feeling into the energy and that these options give him, and what he can give to these new opportunities. But it does feel, with this I sense that you cannot go wrong with either choice. Because see how both of these are lit up and he's lit up? I feel that it is mostly you yourself, your own abundance within, what your own belief within yourself, your belief in your potential, and your own imagination and creativity that actually sparks the flame in these rods. So it's as long as you believe in yourself, then you cannot go wrong with what choice you make. Not after you've gone through this of releasing what does not serve you, of allowing yourself to fully express yourself and realize your own feelings, your own emotions, and seeing your own inner truth and your own potential and the opportunities that are being presented to you. After that, after uncovering all this, now it's you realizing that you very much can do and create with anything that is presented to you. And so I don't feel you can go wrong with any of these decisions if there is something that you're indecisive about. And I feel that these opportunities that are being brought to you, presented to you, are being presented by the universe to you, because we do see stars here, and stars just remind me of like spirit guides and like wish fulfillments and all of that jazz. And so I feel that they are being sent here to you because they all resonate to you, and they're like, it can go so many different ways. You know, the outcome is going to be success at the end. It's just getting there can go about different ways. It's just which route do you prefer to take? How do you wish to get to your target point? It's just a question of that. And the next card is the Shaman, which is the Magician card. And we were speaking of having your own power, of you being the creator. The Magician is exactly that. He has all the tools he needs. He's connected with all of the elements. He understands his practice, but he is the magician. He is connected with the magic. He creates the magic because he works with it. So it's like you hold the magic and the fire within you. You are the fire that ignites the rod. You are the fire that ignites the candle. You are this passionate individual. It is your energy that creates. So as long as you stand in your power, as long as you stand at that tip of the at the top of the mountain, and understand that you are this powerful being, that you are ever abundant, that you are connected with Source at all time, and what you put out there, you receive, then you begin manifesting your reality. You begin creating the life that you want to live. You begin to see the world around you as endless possibilities and endless opportunities, like all of these cups. Yeah, it's like all of these situations, people that are presented to you, you see them as opportunities to grow further, to learn. It's not taking advantage. It's not that. It's just every person or connection we come in contact with, it's all for a purpose. Everyone, there's no one here that is like extra or anything of the sort. It all happens for a reason. Everyone is our teacher and a student as well. We learn from each other. That's why we are not like men's or people or humans on lonely islands. That's why we have relationships and connect, because we are meant to. We are meant to learn from each other. And so you see all of this as ways to learn, to further expand and know more about yourself. Because again, sometimes situations or people serve as reflections of how we're doing in our own life or how we feel within. And it brings that to the surface so that we can look at it better and clear it out if it needs to clear out. But most importantly, it reminds us of our own power and who we are at the end of it all. We are magicians. We are creators. We have all that we need inside of us to create the new beginnings that we want, one representing new beginnings. And that's exactly what I feel here with the Shaman, is you coming into this power, right? It could also be that you actually, like I mentioned before, are maybe diving more into divination or some witchy stuff, and you're now deciding whether you want to do this or something else. And if this is what you want to head into, then this is just confirming that, yeah, your practice will be strengthened and go further. But you don't have to be so in-depth into any form of mysticism or esoteric to be the magician. We are manifestors all the time. It's just you becoming aware of your own power and realizing that exactly where you are right now is what you are manifesting in your reality. Yeah, and it's just reclaiming your power. So again, I don't feel that if it is in terms, right now I don't see it in terms of a relationship with a specific person. I just see, if it is relationship, I see many. It's not necessarily romantic, it's just connections that are coming in. I see more of this being an opportunity, maybe job situation, career-wise, or something to do with that, some creative pursuit. And it's just telling you, if you have many things that you want to do, it's just whatever you focus on right now, and it brings you this sense of inspiration in you, then do go forth with it, with whichever one, because you will not go wrong with it. You will claim your abundance. Yeah, there will be success. So let's look at the oracle cards. Time. So for time, it reminds me a lot of divine timing. So if you're asking whether you're going to see the fruits of something soon, it's just the universe telling you it all will come together in divine timing. If you're wondering why you had to pass through some situation, or this dark period, or this period where there wasn't enough clarity, you weren't receiving the answers that you wanted to, this is just telling you that with time, pretty soon, you will understand why this had to come to pass. You will understand the lesson behind this. And it's also reminding me that it's the same thing, like as time goes by, we begin to understand why we had to go through certain situations. It's because we had to learn some things. It's because we had to grow. We had to evolve to come to this space right here of being the magician, of understanding our own awareness and what that brings towards us. It also speaks of a cycle ending, and it feels like right now, with the full moon being presented here and the full moon being presented here, you are currently at this state that it feels very unclear to you, or you're still making a decision and it feels unclear to you. The dust hasn't finally settled, as we were saying, but it will soon. This clarity will come pretty soon. Like, the waters are already clearing for you, but it's also, you have to put some of the work in of understanding more what it is that you want and what it is that you're receiving from the situation, or where you are right now. It's clearing that space so that the water can fall, the debris can, be swept away, so the waters can be clear and you can see this opportunity, this new start for you. And then this cycle can end, and then the hourglass can be turned for a new chapter of your life to begin. Okay, the next card, the healer card. Yeah, so at this moment, I feel that it's a transitional stage. You see how the snake here is shedding old skin, right? And the snake needs to shed its old skin in order to grow, right? To just grow into its next stage. And I feel right now it's, again, that stage of releasing the past in order to grow into your new you, into your new skin. And with the green here, it reminds me again of that heart-centered energy, also of earth energy. It's just like medicinal energy, healthy energy. And it could also be due with the shaman. The shaman also, it's like the medicinal man. You could be practicing to be a healer. Maybe you're practicing Reiki at this moment, and you're indecisive whether this is something that you want to pursue further or make it your primary job and no longer your hobby, or something of this sort, and you're wondering whether this will bring you abundance, not only financially but in everything else. If it is so, I feel that this is telling you, yes, it will, but maybe you won't see the fruit of it, that abundance, so quickly right away. It will come. It's just things need to, I don't know, keep going back to that dust settling. Things need to settle first, right? Everything needs to be put in order for things to fully come in. Again, you're sending out energy, and it could be that maybe you're practicing Reiki and it's you're planning on doing Reiki from long distance, because I do send this like sending energy out. And cups, I always see cups as vessels, and our bodies, I see them as cups and vessels because it contains our spirit. Our bodies are like vessels, and I see you here sending out energy to different vessels, to different bodies, and to different people. So maybe that is something that you are actually planning on committing to, and you're just wondering about whether this is what you want to do or want to pursue further or completely focus all of your energy on. And I do feel this is encourage you to do so. It feels that as long as it brings you some sense of purpose, as long as it keeps giving you that inspiration and that fire within you, then you will continue to be able to give to others. Just remember to, take care of yourself. Take time to nurture yourself as well. Because with these flowers around, I sense protection, but also nurturing. So remember, yes, it's beautiful that you want to help others. It's wonderful. But it's like when you're in the airplane, right? They always tell you, before you put the mask onto someone, please put the mask for yourself first. And it's not a selfish act. It's a selfless act, because then when you put your mask on first, then you are able to help not only the person next to you, but even more people, because you know that you are safe to provide safety to others. So it's the same idea. Always remember, you as the nurturer need to nurture yourself. You need to be in good condition. You need to be feeling good yourself in order to give off that energy. Because remember, what you have within this cup, within yourself, is the energy you're giving out. So have that in mind, okay? Because it's just like the magician. The magician, what kind of magic are you practicing, right? Your tools, what tools are you using? What energy are you making your magic with? Be aware of that. Be conscious of that. And that is what the healer energy here from you represents. It also could be for you. This could be a healing a moment for you, or you're healing past wounds. And it's just telling you, with time, you are going to evolve further. You are going to see the beauty of this healing period and the beauty within yourself. And you're already seeing that, how abundant you are. And the Storm card came in reverse. So the Storm card is just telling me exactly this. Storms are never here to stay. Storms are passing. They just pass. They just come in to illuminate something. You see here the lightning bolts. Lightning bolts are light. So within the darkness, these like lightning bolts come to illuminate some sense of truth. It's just like to snap you back. And back into reality, to catch your attention, or to expose something. Because after a rain, it washes off stuff, like it clears off old stuff, like those landslides or something like that, and you start seeing like the bare bone of things. You start seeing things in a new light. Things just feel different. The atmosphere just feels different after a storm, after rain. Things are more clear. The air is more clear. And so it's just bringing the sense of clarity to you. It's this healing energy. I feel it's like coming finally out of this storm or this space of unclarity and seeing the light. It's like the darkness is finally falling for this new light to rise. Yes. So if this is for you, if you feel like you want to be a healer, or you are a healer yourself, and now you want to fully invest in it and practice in it, I feel that this energy is telling me that, yes, like they're applauding you, go ahead forth. But remember to look after yourself, take care of yourself, because in Reiki, we are the channelers in a way. So the energy flows through us first before it can reach the other person. So if our vessel is not clean, then the energy we sent out is not as pure as it came in, right? So just make sure of that. And you also want to be healthy and for yourself. Yeah, but it's just telling you, you are the source. So as long as you're aware of this, as long as you're okay with it, with yourself, with your power, you're aware of your power because you're a powerful being, then whatever it is that you touch, it will be, like the Midas touch, will be turned into gold, will flourish. You will give it your own energy and your passion to create something beautiful of it. So do not doubt that in yourself. You are a powerful being. You're coming out of this unclarity. You're seeing this new opportunity. Maybe you're seeing this new potential within yourself. And the fruits and the abundance of this, you will be seeing in due time, in divine timing. And you won't be, if you're worried that right now you don't have it and you'll be lacking or that like begging for scraps or something because you're not seeing the abundance, the waterfall just confirms that you will never be without. You will always have what you need at the moment, in your now, always. Okay? Yeah. So now we'll be looking at the charm section of the video. Okay? Hello seekers, and welcome to the charm section of this video. So before we begin, let me excuse my neighbor's birds if you hear any squawking. Yeah, they're my neighbor's birds, and they just love to sing their little songs. Okay, or like dogs barking. So for this section, we're going to be pulling out some DIY charms, and this is how it's going to work. So we have this painting of the moon here. So whatever charms fall inside the moon are going to be things that are going to manifest in your physical reality. Things that you can actually see and have like some form of control over it. Whatever falls in the aura section of the moon are going to be things that you are manifesting into your reality. So things that you are calling in. And whatever falls in the stars or in the void are things that are being worked on for you in the background. So things that the universe is working on for you. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay? So let us begin. Let's see what charms fall. Put it higher. Okay. Okay, I think that's enough. Let's put it here so you guys can actually see it. It's like the images look funny on camera. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so what we first have in the film inside the moon with things that you will be manifesting in your physical reality. We have this heart that kind of looks like that Mexican candy, the watermelon one. But what I had in mind when I drew this, it was supposed to be pinkish color and green. So it's the higher heart chakra with the heart chakra. So it's this complete opening of the heart space. Oh my goodness, my name is dark. Okay, and so either you being completely vulnerable, like we were mentioned before, allowing your emotion to express your emotions without any fear at all, and opening yourself completely. It could also be representing of actually when you open yourself up to this energy, then you call in that energy. So it's just connections that really embody this openness and this vulnerability where you can actually connect now with people from the heart space. It is this very beautiful energy, and just seeing like the heart and this opening of the higher heart and the heart chakra, it just for me represents complete abundance, because I see that as like the seat of our spirit and our true desires and wants. Like, it's just, I feel it's like where our inner child truly resides there. And so when you open yourself and live in that space, then it's just so beautiful, the energy that you will be attracting. So this could also be representing a romantic, maybe energy that you attract. It's just, but more of a connection that is truly unconditional, that is selfless, and that is equal in its giving and receiving. Okay. So the next one that fell out is this crown. Now this crown, I painted it the purple color, which is the color of the crown chakra. So this could be, oh my goodness. So this could be representing just you coming into your power. You being that goddess that that I saw in my vision. Now, if you're a male, please do not be dissuaded by the sexes or the genders. We all have both divine feminine and divine masculine energy within us. And it's just coming into our own power, being that king and queen within ourselves. Can you imagine? What empowerment to have those two energy balanced within yourself, those two energies being in harmony within yourself. And this is exactly just representing that. It's just wearing the crown. Like both the queen and the king wear crowns. So it's just wearing that crown as a whole and coming into your power. It could also represent you opening your crown chakra. Now, the crown chakra is, when it's open, we are able to receive information. It also brings us more clarity. And that's what we were asking before. It's like that sense of clarity, of seeing things, a new perspective. Right? Seeing new opportunities, finally getting the lessons of things, the messages behind situations, and finally understand. And when we understand things, we are more able to like let it go and move on, or continue our growing, or continue in our journey. It's just, I feel there's more of a union between both your masculine and your feminine aspects. It's just I just imagine this like merging and just putting this one crown, because all you need is one crown for the two to represent that empowerment or royaltiness, which is could be as like very beautiful, like you coming into your own, opening your heart space. Okay, the next that we see here is this leaf. This I drew it in mind for autumn, to represent autumn or fall, but it is also a representation of a transition. Fall for me is a season of transition and change, right? Because it's when the leaves start falling, it's when the leaves start changing color to welcome in winter, for welcome in finally spring, a new beginning. So I feel that this is what you will be calling, or what is being manifested. Is this transition change? It's this growth. It's very much of like the healer card that we saw, the snake shedding its old skin so that it can grow into its new skin. It's again like that falling, that shedding, like how a tree sheds its leaves so that new leaves can grow, so it can flourish into its new colors. It's exactly that in this transition stage. It could also be that if it is a relationship, let's say if your king or your queen, that again, we have all divine masculine feminine energies, and I was talking about having those two within you, but for you to manifest your own queen or your own king in your physical reality, your own divine partner in like human form in your physical reality, that person might be coming in on like the fall, I don't know, I just thought of October, fall or autumn season. Because I did see this heart-to-heart connection. You may be calling in that divine counterpart. And so with the anchor here, being here inside the full moon is just this grounding energy, being present in your moment, being stable. So if you were looking for stability, which we see that maybe that was one of your worries, that if you went into a certain new career or this new different route, whether you were going to be stable in it, or whether that was going to be, where you could be grounded and where you could trust it for it to be stable. With the anchor, that is exactly what you're pulling in, is this very stable and grounding energy. So this could be a yes for you, that you will be building something that is going to be stable. and that you're all going to be grounded in it. Like you are going to put in the effort in this project or this pursuit, that you're going to put in the dedication for it to grow. Now, anchor, of course, is very heavy energy, and I just thought this, I got this idea of patience. So it's like, it takes time also to pull the anchor up and stuff. So it's just like this patient energy. And yes, this is going to be stable and grounding, but to see this, like the fruition of it, like to see the anchor again, it's like it might take some time, right? But there will be success in it. That's just the message that I got. Okay, and so we have all of these in the stars in the void. Let's begin with this one. For those of you who are Harry Potter fans, Potterheads, this is from, I got the idea from Harry Potter, and this is the chocolate frog. Now, for me, I was just thinking of sweets, and I was gonna draw just a chocolate bar, but I just thought of the chocolate frog. So I was just thinking of like chocolate as sweetness. So it's just sweetness coming into your life. It could be like in romantic terms, it's just sweetness and joy and playfulness. But with the chocolate frog here, it's magic for me. And it's just that, you know, they like Ron said, the chocolate frog has only one leap in it. So it's just going to leap once and that's it. So what I feel with this is very much of that leap of faith kind of thing. It's like this opportunity, and it's like if this frog has only one opportunity to escape being eaten by like Harry Potter, like he will take it, and he did take it in the movie. So it's like if you have this opportunity that comes, take that leap. It's just take that leap of faith and go for it. And the sweetness that will derive from it, the freedom and the magic that will come from it will be great, will be abundant. And so I see this, that the universe is working on this for you. It's like, again, this idea of opportunities coming in where you can really take that leap of faith, and you don't have to worry about whether you're going to fall or it's not going to work out. Like, it is going to work out. This is a magical moment for you in a magical time, and where you will land will be successful and will be sweet and will be great. Yeah, so it's just this leap of faith. It's representing that. Sorry, my mom and my sister called and I had to stop the video. So many interruptions. I'm sorry. Okay, so continuing on. So this for me is the last moon phase. So it represents the ending of a cycle. So you're closing a chapter to begin a new one. So right now it's just that in the background, what the universe is helping you with, it's closing whatever chapter, this chapter of your life. So it could be that unclarity that you're feeling, or that maybe chaotic energy, and that that uncertainty. They're helping you to close this chapter of your life, and maybe in the way that they're helping you is bringing this clarity towards you. Okay, and that's what I'm sensing with this one. It's just, yes, this chapter, wherever you're at, if it's not pleasant for you, if it's unclear for you, this phase will be done with, will be closed pretty soon. And I say that because we have a lot of representation of time here. We have the again, we did have for this one the time, right? So this is the hourglass again. So this for me again represents divine timing. We have like the sand here that is kind of representing the cosmos. So it's like universe timing, it's divine timing, and it's just even further validating that the universe is working with you on this, on closing this phase, this chapter in the right moment, so that that door for that new beginning will enter at the right moment, at a perfect opportunity for you either to receive or come in contact with all those cups we saw before in the tarot cards, so that you will be presented with all of these opportunities and like be inspired even further. Like everything is being settled, everything is being put in order for you in the background, so that when you come, you just open that door, like everything will be perfect. It's like if you were moving into a new home and like they just somebody just went and set all the furniture for you, all of the dishes, took everything out of the boxes, or bought you new stuff, like everything that you wanted or more, and you just have to open the door and you're home. You're finally home. Everything is settled for you. That's the feeling I'm getting with this. So it's just telling you, do not worry. If you feel that it's been too long or you feel it's not coming in yet, it's for a reason. It's because they're just setting everything in order. Everything needs to fit perfectly for when you arrive, when you get where you need to be, everything will just be set. All you need to do is just be there. Whatever, like the missing piece would just be you. Okay, the next thing we have is this time turner. Now, the time turner, again, it's something that was inspired from Harry Potter. This is Hermione's time turner. So for those who are familiar with it, for those who are not, the time turner is used to go back in time, right? And Hermione uses it to go to several classes at once. But at the end, we see that the time turner can be used to make amends or change, outcomes. For me, it represents just another opportunity, a new opportunity. So when I see this one, it's just, usually it's like, it could be either the past coming back to you, but I sense it's not more of having an opportunity to redo something or to do something differently. Maybe something that you feel you regretted or you would like to do over, or just have that opportunity again to do it differently. And it doesn't always have to come in the same situation. It could come in a different situation that is quite similar. And it's just like the universe telling you, okay, so this is your chance. How are you going to react now? How are you going to handle this? And then it is up to you how you handle it, right? Whether you handle it differently or the same. It's just, I feel like the universe, it's either you feel you missed an opportunity because of the situation you were once in, because you had fear of going forth, of taking that leap of faith. Maybe now the universe is working on this new opportunity to see whether now you will take that leap of faith. Whether you want to still go forth in this, because I do feel that there's a lot of opportunities that are going to be presented to you. Some of them might be new. Some of them might be opportunities that were offered to you before, but maybe you didn't feel like taking them, or you were too scared to take them, or for whatever reason, and you kind of were like regretting it. And now you have the opportunity to jump at this opportunity if you want to. It's not that because it comes around or something comes back, it doesn't mean that it's exactly fated or that you have to accept it. Because I do strongly believe that the universe respects free will. So the universe presents things to you that you have been calling or wanting or manifesting or attracting. But it's always up to you whether you want to accept it or not. Like I mentioned in the other pile, like the door is presented to you, right? But whether you open this door or what you do with this door is always up to you, right? Or someone could come knocking on your door with an offer, but whether you open that door or not is always up to you. Like the offer comes, but then you're like, why don't I receive the abundance of it? Like, why don't I have it? It's like, well, we've been knocking at your door, but you just haven't been in a receptive state. You haven't opened the door, so how can we deliver this to you? How can we give it to you or know that you will be receiving it? Again, so it's up to you. So I do feel this is another representation of opportunity, but it's just something that maybe it is from your past and is just coming back in a way to see, well, whether you want to do it or it's just giving you opportunity to do things differently. But if it's something from the past and you don't want it anymore, or you think differently, you feel differently, then you don't have to take it. You don't have to do anything. But if it's something that you feel you could do differently or make amends, maybe a relationship or something, and make amends with it, then this is the opportunity for you. And the universe, if you have been asking for this, the universe has been listening to you. The universe always listens to you in your prayers or your wishes or just your conversations with yourself. Like me, I speak to myself a lot out loud. And they want to help you out. They want to help you out. And this could also be to teach you something about yourself. Maybe you thought that this is something that you thought that this was a lost opportunity, and the universe is bringing it back to you to show you that no, like, it's okay if it passed. Like, don't worry about it. It was maybe not meant to be, because there's something better for you. Like, there's another opportunity that is way better for you that will bring you cha-ching, this abundance. So this is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and I drew like the rainbow here in the pot, and we have this gold, and what just this represents for me is just the complete abundance. It's that 10 of cups that we saw, and this is beautiful. It's just like confirming that yes, this abundance is coming towards you. And it's not only financially, but I mean, if you were asking about financial abundance, and this is your confirmation that yes, at the end of the rainbow, at the end of this journey that you're heading into, you will see this pot of gold. So that's why I'm telling you, you do need some patience, because of course, if it's at the end of the rainbow, we have to travel the rainbow. But that journey, what this just represents is that journey to get to this abundance. It's not going to be a burdensome one or a horrible one, because it's a rainbow. It's going to be one of happiness and joy, especially if you allow it to be. If we center so much on worrying about it, or comparing with others, if it's like your business or creative pursuit or something of the sort, and you're just comparing it to others, and you're saying like, why isn't it manifesting like for others, or why isn't it where I expect it to be at this moment? And what it's gonna do is just cause more conflict and more disappointment within you, because you're creating these expectations that just don't match your situation. So it's just asking you, release that. And if you were doing this, whatever it is, this pursuit, this passionate pursuit, creative project, because it fueled you, it inspired you, it brought you joy, then do it because of that. Keep that joy. And it will be a very fun and joyful journey to you. And when you least expect it, you're going to see this pot of gold. Yeah, so go forth with it, fun. Yeah. And so, yes, it's just confirming this abundance for you. Yeah, so that is all I have for you. Door number 2, the gardenia door. I hope you are all well. I hope your loved ones are safe and well. I hope you enjoyed the reading. And if you resonated with it, please do comment or like. And if you are pulled to do so, if you'd like to stick around, then do subscribe. Thank you so much for letting me be your tarot reader for today and joining me. Thank you. Until next time.